Got a second part for his question.
J'ai discuté avec, en France, j'ai discuté avec les amis arabes essentiellement les amis arabes, en parlant de Khalifat Noordin Razi Allah Anhu, Khalifat Mahmoud Ahmed Razi Allah Anhu, et en leur disant Razi Allah Anhu, nos amis arabes, pourquoi il faut dire Razi Allah Anhu? Ce ne sont pas des khulafa. Pourquoi il faut dire Razi Allah Anhu?
He said during my discussion with some friends in France, whenever I mention the first Khalifa of Hazrat Imam Mahdi alayhi salam and the second Khalifa as well, always I say Razi Allah Anhu, and they are surprised and asking, why are you saying Razi Allah Anhu?
The Holy Quran uses the term Razi Allah, and it uses in relation to some goodly behavior, godly behavior of those who believe. And all such people are mentioned as Razi Allah Anhu, Radu Anhu. Radu Anhu. So the word Razi Allah is a prayer and a wish and a hope that a person about whom you use the word, the expression Razi Allah, will be favored by Allah, will be chosen by Allah for special grace. That is all there is to it. But with the passage of time, since the time of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it began to be understood as a special term, which was applicable only to the companions of Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yet, this is not a strict rule we observe in the practice of the Muslims in the past. We have evidence that the word Radiallah was also applied to some saintly figures who were not companions of Hazrat Muhammad ﷺ, who were born many centuries after. So there, they only did it for the sake of expressing their wish that Allah teach them with special mercy. So the word Radiallah, the expression of Radiallah, has become a term, but still it is not exclusive to the companions. In the case which you have mentioned, you have unnecessarily or without knowledge limited the usage of the term Radiallah by Ahmadis. It is not confined only to the past caliphs. It is confined only to the companions of Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wasalam, caliphs or no caliphs. And it is not used in relation to such caliphs who are not companions of Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salam. So you will not read it when we mention Hazrat Khalifatul Messiah Salis. We always say Rahimahullah Ta'ala, but when you mention the first two caliphs, it's not because of their being caliphs. It is merely because of their being companions of Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salam that we apply the term Radiallah.
يقول حضرة أمير المؤمنين أن هذه العبارة قد يستعملها القرآن الكريم في الآية القرآنية القائلة رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه. يقول حضرته أن في الحقيقة هذا دعاء وأمنية من هؤلاء الذين يتقربون من الله سبحانه وتعالى. ونجد أنه بعد وقت بعثة الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم أصبحت هذه العبارة متداولة وكأنها اختصت لصحابة المصطفى صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. يقول حضرته هذه ليست قاعدة سماوية، ولكن نجد أن بعض أولياء الأمة أيضا يذكرهم أتباعهم برضي الله عنهم أو هذا الدعاء وهذه الأمنية. ويقول حضرته أن رضي الله عنهم هذه لا تختص فقط بهؤلاء الصحابة. فنجد يقول حضرته ربما أنت دائما قد ذكرت لهؤلاء الإخوة في فرنسا رضي الله عنهم خصوصا بالنسبة للخليفة الأول والثاني، ففي الحقيقة هذه اختص بها صحابة يعني من ناحية أخرى أو نداولها ونذكرها في الجماعة لصحابة سيدنا ميرزا غلام أحمد عليه الصلاة والسلام. فلذلك نجد أن الخليفة الأول والثاني لسيدنا أحمد عليه الصلاة والسلام عليه الصلاة والسلام نذكرهما ونقول رضي الله عنه لكل واحد منهم. ولكن بالنسبة للخليفة الثالث سيدنا أحمد عليه السلام نذكره رحمه الله. لماذا؟ لأنه لم يكن صحابيا لسيدنا أحمد. وهذه النقطة.
When you read the prophecy of Hazrat Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam about the advent of Hazrat Masih, you also read there mentioned his companions under the title Ashabuhu. And as far as I remember, they're also mentioned with the words Razi Allah or Ridwanullah alayhim, something like that. So if my memory is right, then I'll tomorrow show you the reference, and you will see that it was also prophesied by Rasulullah sallam that the companions of Masih Maud would also be entitled to being called companions of a prophet. Again, you should remember the verse of Surah Al-Jumu'ah, which speaks of وَآخَرِينَ مِنْهُمْ لَمَّا يَلْحَقُوا بِهِمْ, which means that although they have not yet met the awwaleen, the companions, but a time would come when they will meet. So Masih Maud would be the one who would join the people of the latter days with the companions of Masih Muhammad Rasulullah sallam of former days, at the beginning of Hazrat Rasulullah sallam's prophecy. So that period of when he lived and companions were created by him, that would be joined by a people who would be so far away in matter, in measurements of time. They would be hundreds of years away from them. Yet the Holy Quran says, وَآخَرِينَ مِنْهُمْ لَمَّا يَلَّقُوا بِهِمْ, which means they will be joined with them. So that is the reason why, on the authority of the Quran and the authority of Hadith, we treat the companions of Hazrat Masih Maud as companions at least worthy of this prayer of Razi Allah Anhu, or Radu Anhu.